Hey, I'm Autumn. I don't know anything about filming. I don't know anything about editing, but what I do know about is books. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. If you've come here from reading my reviews over on Fall from Reality, hello and welcome. This is mostly going to be a continuation of what I was doing over on the blog. It's just going to be reviews for the most part. But what this gives me is a bit of freedom to talk about other things regarding books and the literary world and all that nonsense. Basically whatever comes to my head, which is a lot and also nothing at the same time. It's either many thoughts, no thoughts, nothing in between. So once a week, I mean, whatever day I finish editing this and it comes out, will probably be like the standard day that I will upload. There I will do like a wrap up of what I've read during the week and then just give a quick sort of, hey, here's what I'll try to be reading over the next week, or at the very least, like what I'll be starting. Because, yeah, this is just a chill time. It's like a book club, except it's just me in my room talking to myself. Great. So, generally, my reading goals for the year, beginning of the year, it's always like it's the closest thing I have to a New Year's resolution. Usually, I have a reading goal in terms of numbers. Usually, I aim for 50 books. Last year, I aimed for 52, just one a week. And I hit some. Actually, I've got it here. Apparently, I don't because I can't read. I hit 73 books last year, which was mad. But part of that comes down to reading a fair amount of things like shorter graphic novels, that kind of thing. It sort of adds up because there are some books that'll take me a few weeks to read, a few books that'll take me, a couple of hours at most. So this year, I don't want to do that. It's not going to be about numbers this year. I have one main goal, and that is to read as much from my bookshelf as I can because I know that I am not the only one that has that habit of going, oh my god, yeah, I should just buy this book. I'll buy this book and I'll read it eventually. I have a little box, which I'll be getting in a minute, full of titles of all the books on my shelf that I haven't read. And there are five full shelves here, plus like maybe 10 extra books that won't fit on here, not including my collection of Dracula books over there. Like, I have this many books, and it would maybe take up one full shelf of all the books I've actually read. And I can't be doing that anymore. Part of it is like a sustainability thing that I actually want to read through my books. I don't want to keep buying things and buying things all of the time. I mean, that's not to say that I won't buy new books this year. I'm not going to say that because I'm pretty sure Lucy Diamond's got more books and her books are always just mwah, beautiful. But I'm aiming to actually read them because what's the point of owning books if you can't read them? So I have a little book, little book, a little box over here. I can't remember how to open it. There we go. So when I do my wrap ups at the beginning of each week, or beginning of whatever, each week I'll do my wrap up and I will pull out a little friend. If it's a shorter one, because I've got a couple graphic novels, I'll probably pull out two. And then, yeah, I will wrap that up. So let's do that now. So this has got, like, you can see here, just a bunch of, oh, that one's fallen out. Let's not look. Let's not look. This has all my things in it. I don't want to look because I just want to be random. So, first book of 2022. And it is going to be, it's going to be Crybaby by Mark Billingham, I think. Yeah. I haven't written down the authors on here, which was probably a mistake. But that's exciting because I was really looking forward to that. That's one that I bought last year thinking, yeah, I'll read it straight away. And then I didn't. So yeah, my first book of 2022. Well, possibly. We'll get on to that. First book. of 2022. Probably. So, let's explain the other thing that I was saying. I found at the library, my local library, they have this thing called Six of the Best. And you go up to the desk, ask a librarian about it, and generally you give them a sort of genre or two that you like, that kind of thing, and they'll, you know, you go back to them, and however many days it'll take. I got an email through, actually, like the next day, but I think that might have been just because it was bank holiday coming up. I said a couple of genres and then went, actually, go rogue. Because I wanted to be surprised. Because, you know, I overthink things with books. I think that's one of the reasons that I don't read from my own shelf. Because I'll see it at a shop, go, brilliant, beautiful, I'll get that, that'll be great. And then it sits on my shelf. I think because I get worried that if I don't enjoy it, I've wasted money. You don't have that at a library. But, you know, going back to how I'm, you know, reading through my bookshelf this year to actually enjoy my book, enjoy my shelf, I'm sort of treating it like a library, I guess. But, yeah, Six of the Best. So I've got my big bag of stuff. And we're going to go through it. The only thing I've seen is the one on top. And I haven't actually looked at it. I've just seen what's on, like, I've just seen the title. Well, I've seen the cover. It's probably the better way of phrasing that. So, first up, I'm really excited about this. I got really giddy as soon as I got the email because I was just like, oh, it's just like a little treat. You can get these like book subscription boxes, and I'm like, but I'm I can't afford that, quite frankly. This is just like a little subscription box. It's not a subscription box, but it's like the same kind of vibe. So the first one we have is French Exit by Patrick Dewitt, which, obsessed with this cover. This is beautiful. I will probably try and edit in a nice shot of each book that I pick out if this doesn't look good, because I can't tell. I'm on a phone. I don't have a viewfinder. This is now a film, so great. Quite cool to see like book that's been adapted without like the photo cover, though I think you've seen that more with romance books. Though correct me if I'm wrong, there are probably some like sci-fi and fantasy stuff. So I generally said when I asked about it's not Rona, I'm just asthmatic. I said go for contemporary or like literary fiction, but also like crime and thriller. And then I said just go rogue, pick what you like. So this seems to be, yeah, this seems to be a lot of fun, kind of upper class debauchery kind of stuff. It seems to be a comedy from what I can tell. Kind of a possibly satirical comedy, but it seems to be very fun, a little bit ridiculous, and I'll be looking forward to reading that. I'm not necessarily going to be reading the Six of the Best in the order I pull them out. You will see the order I read them in, I suppose. Next up, we have The Wicker Light. I think that says Wicker. That is a slightly... It says Wicker or Wicked, and I can't... That's the font. There's nothing to really say about that. It's really clearly an R. I mean... never mind. Here we go. On the side, yeah. So we have The Wicker Light. That's by Mary Watson. Oh, I don't know if I said who French Eggs is, but that's by Patrick DeWitt. Yeah. So The Wicker Light by Mary Watson. Okay, this seems really cool. This is the sort of thing that actually I probably would pick out just from the title alone. That first one, it seems like the sort of book I would read off a recommendation, but I don't know if I would pick it based on just, like, it might catch my eye, it might not. I don't know. But this seems really interesting. So it seems to be a crime fiction thing, but it's got a lot of magic, like crime/thriller, but also with a lot of magic elements to it. At least folktale, maybe more than magic. That sounds really cool. Next up, we have Where the World Turns Wild by Nicola Penfold, who that is. There's a really beautiful cover. I'm trying to think of what it reminds me of, and I can't think off the top of my head. If it comes to me, I'll put something in. If it doesn't... Oh, I have a copy of... No, I don't have a copy. I used to have a copy of Angela Carter's Fairy Tales. That looks a bit like that, so maybe it's something a bit mystical, a bit fun. That seems quite Neil Gaiman, from what I can tell. This is... that was just the first... It made me think of Neverwhere, which I've only half read, and so I think that's in the box. I don't think I... as in the box of titles, I don't think I've actually read it all the way through, so I think it's in there. Yeah, this mystical fantasy mystery stuff again. That's what else this reminds me of. It looks a lot like my copy of... Yeah, I think this is actually what it was reminding me of, less than the Angela Carter book. Goblin Market, the oh, who is it that does these? Is it Penguin? The cloth cover? I don't have a particularly good memory. Yeah, the Penguin Classic cloth covers. That's, yeah, I would say pretty similar. And the premise of this has a Goblin Market feel to it, so I really hope so. Goblin Market is... I mean, in general, Christina Rossetti is one of my favourite poets, but Goblin Market, beautiful. Just, yeah. Next up we have The Doll Maker by Nina Allen. Do I have this? Or do I have something that's just like... I swear I have something that's... I have a book called The Doll Maker, but that is by Richard Montanari, not by Nina Allen, so... Yeah. This sounds terrifying. This sounds terrifying in that... I mean, not to bring him up again, but like yeah, like Neil Gaiman with Coraline, it sounds very... We're going to have a bit of Uncanny Valley, I think, in this. Also, oh, my friend's going to kill me for not remembering. The Magnus Archives. Sorry. But yeah, the Magnus Archives has a similar sort of feel to... Again, I'm judging entirely off blurb and, you know, the vibes. But that's the vibe I'm getting from it. So I'm really looking forward to all of this, because the librarian I was talking to, he said the last person that came to him and said, yeah, just go around and go for whatever. They left a few behind. They like went through it there and left a few behind. And I'm like, nah, I don't particularly have a favoured genre. I used to very much just say sci-fi and fantasy. That was pretty much all I read. And then I really opened up to reading a lot more, because I'm a sappy romantic now. Quite frankly, I used to be the sort of person that was like, I mean, I hate the word chick lit, but like, I would use that sort of phrasing because it's like, oh, but it's just like boring and they're all the same. They're not. The issue is, there's some bad ones. Trust me, there's some bad ones. The work I do for Bits, Bobs and Books, I've read some trash, but there's some beautiful romantic books out there, and that's a lot of what I read now. And, oh, I think I'm judging by the cover a little bit. Judge a book by the cover, very funny. But this is really cute. That's adorable. And I think it might be a romance. I'm really hoping I get one romance in here. I really am. I realised that I didn't actually say who this is by, and obviously I know I showed the book, but this is Cherry by Nico Walker. So, okay. There is a romance in this, but I don't think it is a romance. Yeah, this seems to be a book about the impact of the Iraq War on a particular person. I think this might have been turned into a film recently. I think Amanda the Jedi might have done a review of the film based on this. If not, it could be a similar film, but I'm sure if I figure out. This is my first time ever editing a video, and if I do figure it out, I will either put something in here, if I ever figure out how to put text in, or editing me will come back later, and you'll get to meet him. That'll be nice. Ooh, we've got a hardback. I don't know why that surprised me so much. Is that my last one? That is my last one. This is so pretty. This is A Wolf for a Spell by, I want to say Kara, or it might be Kara because it's spelled a bit like Sarah. Karah. Sutton. There we have it. That's really pretty. This is definitely going to be a fairy tale thing. I'm going to assume that it might be Red Riding Hood, but we never know. I was wrong. It is Baba Yaga. It's Russian, which is very fun. Or at the very least, it's using Russian folklore, which is very fun. I've seen bits about Baba Yaga stuff, and I find it very fun. I find it very interesting. So, I'm definitely going to be reading Crybaby this week. And, yeah, I have to figure out, because I do have another review, written reviews with Bits, Bobs and Books. I'm always reading, like, separate stuff, which I'll probably do, like, bits of talking about on here, but not much, not unless I, like, really need to get something off my chest, which I can't put when I'm trying, in my reviews when I'm trying to be professional, because for my reviews for Bits, Bobs and Books, there's a lot that doesn't go in. So the next one that'll be coming out on there is 50 Shades Darker. There's a lot I just can't say because I want to be professional. Even if I do say I want to throttle Christian Grey. But yeah, if you read 50 Shades of Grey and didn't want to throttle him, I'm sorry. But yeah, I need to figure out, are they all the right way around? They are. Go me. I need to figure out which one of these I want to read first. It depends, like, how do I want to start the year? Because I think, because I'm going to be reading Crybaby, which it is a thriller / crime book, I think I'm going to go with French Exit because it's going to be funny. Hopefully. It should be funny. And it'll be a nice, light little bit of something else, because I know the next book that I'm picking up for the Bad Reputation Book Club over on Bits, Bobs and Books, I know that that's going to be hard to get through. Even if I enjoy it, it's not going to be an easy book to read. So a little bit of lightness can go a long way. So yeah, definitely the first 2 books of the year going to be these. Unsurprisingly, I'm going to be finishing French Exit first, so next time you see me, I'll have a review of these 2. Because I'm not planning my reading this year in the way that I was last year. Like, each month I would get out a huge pile of books, and I'd like, I need to read this by this date, this by this date. Nah. Take it week by week. And I do know that some books are going to take me more than a week to read. I'm not a particularly fast reader, but, you know, years of uni and sixth form and school in general, but mostly through uni, I figured out how to read books a bit quicker. Just because sometimes you have to read Moby Dick in 2 weeks, even if you really don't want to. First time here, I'm already getting mad about Moby Dick. Let's not go into it. So yeah, I'll be reviewing those next time you see me. And I look forward to seeing you. Thanks for having me, I suppose. I feel like I'm an awkward guest now, trying to leave your house. Maybe I should do the classic British exit and just French exit. Funny. Christ. Maybe, you know, if I don't know how to leave, but I know I have to. Right.